Are we rolling? Great. I don't know. I just feel like this could be my moment. I know I'm just a film student, but Mars, a moment soon, a documentary? Why didn't other students want this project? I'm just worried that they're not going to take my craft seriously as I take theirs, you know? Do you know? Okay. We should probably get going to those interviews. Okay, Maz, thank you so much for agreeing to do this and letting us in your home tonight. Basically, I'm just gonna ask you some straightforward interview questions. You just gotta answer as honestly as you think you can, okay?
Don't worry, darling. I live for the real.
Sounds great. Okay, we ready to go? Grand. Thank you. Okay, all right. Welcome back, you guys. I'm here in the office of Maz, the internationally renowned billionaire. Maz, having studied up on this trip, I've come to find that you're the prime source of income and influence.
Yes, that is true. Oh, and it is such an honor. Because the fact that I am able to afford tons upon tons of supplies for these willing travelers. And let me just say, okay, they're going to need everything on there. They're going to need so many things because it is such a treacherous journey.
Mm-hmm.
And I just believe it is a human right, a duty to be able to take the journey and give back to what science and research have given to us.
That's really lovely, but how come?
I love science. Just look. Oh, okay.
I don't know. That just seems really non-authentic, like fake science.
Leave science to the professionals like myself. Film kids.
Cut. Okay, I like that, and then we're gonna pan down her real gently, like, and right there. Beautiful. Okay. So, doctor, tell me, what all have you had to do in order to prep everyone for this mission?
Everything. I mean, if you can think of it, we've done it. And more. Astronauts have been preparing for this journey for 2 years now. Gravitational training. It's hard on the body to go from Earth's gravity to microgravity on the ship to Mars's gravity, even if it is 1/3 of Earth's. Plus, we've had to get them used to a whole new diet. Although I'd say the hardest part is everyone's got to be an expert in everything. All these specialized little skills, you have to be ready to jump in at any point. Whether it's engineering, rocket science, plumbing, gardening. You never know what you're going to need to know.
Yeah, thank you. That's great information.
Can I go home now?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, we're gonna.
What am I most excited for? Well, probably the exploration portion of the journey, right after we land. We have to find the best place to set up permanent camp, so there'll be a few days of just scouting and learning as much as we can about what it's really like to live on this planet. You know, I can't stop imagining it. A view of space from a whole new perspective. It'll be amazing.
That's great, but I actually asked you what you were most nervous about, so.
No. I really don't like thinking about it too much. Because there's really too much to be nervous about if you think too hard about it. But I guess, the journey, it's a long one. 9 months, trapped inside a metal can in space. And then once it's over, there's no going back, right? I mean, we're relying on our technology to keep us and our food alive. I mean, it's not like plants and livestock are as good at communicating their needs and struggles like we are. And when you think about that, oh, it's scary. But I've already signed the papers, so I try not to think about it too much.
Cut that. Fix it in post. Apple?
Yes,
Okay. Is it okay if I ask you some questions about this trip?
absolutely, darling. You go right ahead.
Thank you. Okay, Miss Apple. As someone who is not originally a part of the mission to travel to Mars, how has this overall experience affected you?
It's been a lot like a fairy tale, to be honest. I've been teaching these kids about the possibility of life on Mars for years. We've been talking about how it used to have water and living bacteria, and how all these things might mean that one day we humans could live there on Mars. And now I get to be on the forefront of this. I get to be a part of the exact thing that I've been teaching them all about. I get to be a part of making history, and that is just such a cool opportunity.
Absolutely. What was the most surprising thing about the last 2 years?
You know what they never tell you? They never tell you about all the doctor's appointments you have to go to. I mean, it's a good thing I'm not scared of needles, because the amount of measurements and tests that I've had to be going through every single day, and I know it's all because of those good old scientists just trying to make sure that all the technology that's on Mars and all the technology that's on that spacecraft is made perfectly just to keep us alive and thriving, and I'm so thankful for that.
It's great. What do your students think about you leaving? What about the kids?
Yeah. I think they're a little bit sad. And a little bit scared about the whole one-way thing. It's difficult for their little minds to wrap around things that are so permanent. And it's difficult for them. I know that's hard. But I keep on trying to have a real positive attitude and a real happy and excited look every time I tell them about the trip, every time that I talk about it, because I want them to see just what a wonderful, special opportunity it is. And I want them to understand, maybe not now, maybe when they're older, but I want them to understand that maybe they can do things now that help people in the future. And I am so excited to get to be one of those people who's helping people in the future. And it is just such an honor.
That's lovely. All right, I think that's everything I need. Thank you so much, Miss Apple.
Thank you so much for interviewing me.
Absolutely. Cut there.